Alright, so indeed it appears that the 2.7 live stream has indeed been delayed, and that was confirmed by Hoyoverse themselves officially, so that is a bit of a bummer, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to talk about Yelan and why I think she's going to be worth pulling for, especially for my free-to-play players and light spenders. So I did want to go ahead and discuss that today, but before we jump into it, a few disclaimers, right? First and foremost, this is just my opinion, so if you disagree, let me know in the comments down below and give me your reasons why. This is an open discussion. I would love to see what you guys have to say. And then secondly, of course, always wait for Yelan to be released officially. Test runner yourself, have content creators do their first impressions and give their thoughts on the character, and then try her out yourself and see if you like her and her gameplay and what she's bringing to the table. Also, be patient. That's going to be your best friend. Patience is going to be key here because you can then see about the reruns as well as be able to see what could possibly be coming in 2.8. Might be a character that you may want to pick up. So patience is going to be your best friend in that sense. But anyways, let's talk about the reasons why I believe Yelan is going to be worth pulling for. Now, the first thing that I did want to go ahead and mention is the fact that she's going to be able to do coordinated attacks. Now, I mentioned this in the past and I mentioned this in past videos, but I think coordinated attacks are undervalued, and I don't think enough people talk about this skill or mechanic within the game of Genshin Impact. And I believe they need to, because this mechanic of coordinated attacks, or this skill, is absolutely amazing in my opinion. Every character that has coordinated attacks is a fantastic character, and I mentioned that before as well. And when you start to couple coordinated attacks with reactions, team builds, skills, and then with, let's say for example, a main DPS, you can then really start catapulting the amount of damage that you're doing. And if the coordinated attack also has other skills in tandem with it, so for example like the Raiden Shogun, then you really have something special. And Yelan having coordinated attacks is going to be great because not only is it going to be applying the Hydro element, but you're also going to be able to do more damage. Think about pairing that with another character that has coordinated attacks like the Raiden Shogun or even Xingqiu. Now you're doing even more damage, and then you have your main DPS out there with the coordinated attacks. Reactions are going off. It can get pretty nutty in my opinion. So I absolutely love coordinated attacks, and the fact that Yelan has it is great. The elemental gauge, I get it, but still the coordinated attack is going to be fantastic. So that's the first thing. Secondly, she's Hydro, and we all know that Hydro is arguably one of the best elements in the game because of the synergy with the other elements. The reactions that you get from Hydro reacting with the other elements are some of the best that you can get in the game. So Hydro is just so valuable. Now, I do understand we have a lot of really great Hydro characters at this point with the release of Ayato. We have Kokomi, Child, Xingqiu, really great Hydro characters. So if you have your Hydro characters built, for example, you have Kokomi for the Hydro application, you have Ayato built really nice, or you have Xingqiu built the way he's supposed to, then I understand if Yelan is a character that you don't need because you already have the Hydro element taken care of. But let's say, for example, you're lacking or you're needing another really good Hydro character. Yelan, I think, is a fantastic choice for you and one that you might want to look at picking up. And really quickly, I did want to segue now that we're talking about the Hydro element and Xingqiu himself, because everybody's been making the argument that Yelan is just a 5-star Xingqiu, just an upgrade in a sense, or the equivalent, right? And really devaluing Yelan because of that argument, and I just think that's absurd. And the reason being is because, first and foremost, whenever we've talked about a 5-star just being a 5-star of another character, that usually is proven wrong, right? It's been debunked a couple of times now up until this point. Secondly, if Xingqiu is arguably one of the best characters in the game, why would you not want to have another Xingqiu but better? Right? Why would you not want another arguably the best character in the game, just slightly better, on your account as well? It's as if you're saying, you know, a 5-star character is just a upgrade of Bennett. Well, why would you not want to have that if Bennett's one of the best characters in the game? I get it, some people don't think it's worth the primos or the intertwine phase to just have an upgrade of another character, but if it's arguably one of the best characters in the game, why would you not want another one of those? Not to mention, it's not just an upgrade. you're really downplaying what Yelan brings to the table, which we'll get here in just a second. It's just another reason, but you're really downplaying the other things that she brings to the table, right? And you can pair Xingqiu together with her as well and get some really nutty comps going. It's just, I think it's not a great argument, but once again, if you disagree, it's okay. Let me know in the comments down below. That's why we talk about these things together, right? Anyways, I just had to mention that because I've seen that argument thrown around and it just baffles me. But moving on, I did want to talk about her passives at this point, because her passives, especially the second passive, I think really sets her apart. And I think this is what sets her apart from the pack and sets her apart from that argument of her just being an upgraded Xingqiu. Because the first passive allows for diversity in making different team comps, but it also allows for certain characters to really benefit from that first passive, like Hu Tao, maybe even Zhongli, and others that can benefit from the passive, what it's doing, right? And if you want to see what Yelan's doing, a link to the Discord, join the Discord. We have it all there for you. Or Honey Hunter World, massive shout out to them. I'll have a link to the website down below. Then moving on from there, the second passive. The second passive is what I think really sets her apart, because it's allowing for passive damage increase. You start pairing that with other things, with the coordinated attacks, everything that we discussed before, artifact builds, team builds, and things can start getting out of control in terms of damage, I believe anyways. I think that second passive is what really sets her apart and what is really making her unique, right? And I like it. I like it a lot. So I think the second passive is fantastic. And then moving on from there, her ease of build, right? Because she scales off of HP, it's very easy to know what to prioritize, and it's very easy to build her artifact wise. She's very versatile in the sense that you can look at different artifacts. For example, you can go with a 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Heart of Depth, and you can get some good damage. Or you can go with a 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate. She can definitely utilize that, and one of the best domains to farm at the moment. She just has a lot of different builds that you can look towards. If you want to go full support, you can go full Noblesse if you wanted to. She has variety, and it makes it easy to build Yelan when you have variety. Very nice in my opinion, so that's something to consider as well. I believe the last thing that I would mention is that she's going to be able to fulfill multiple roles on your team or in your account. So what I mean by that is if you need a main DPS, I think she's going to be able to main DPS because the damage is coming from multiple different sources. I think she's going to be able to fulfill that role for you. If you need her to be a sub DPS, she can be that sub DPS for you. Or if you need her to be pure support, she'll be able to do that as well, in my opinion. So she's going to be able to fulfill multiple roles that some characters may not. And if we, the information that we have seen in terms of leaks for the rerun banners, if that holds true, then you have two main DPSs that really don't offer much else outside of that in terms of doing damage. So Yelan will be able to fulfill and be versatile in multiple different roles, whereas those other two reruns may not be, and they just fulfill only one role. And then possibly, Kazuha in 2.8, so you have time to save up, right? If you want Kazuha or need Kazuha. So anyways, guys, those are just my reasons. That's what I think, and I would love to hear yours down in the comments below. If this video was helpful or if you enjoyed it for whatever reason, go ahead and consider subscribing and drop a like. It just helps out tremendously. Also, a brand new flavor just dropped for the sponsor of the channel, Gamer Subs. And if you want to support me and the channel a little bit further, a link will be in the description down below, and you can use code FurtherBeyondGaming to get 10% off everything in the store and pick up that new flavor. It is absolutely fantastic. Well, I want to say thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for everything that you've done for me. And one last thing, if you're still here, you're obviously here for me. My PC has been delayed. Unfortunately, the PC has been delayed, and I may not be getting it until next week. So that is a bit unfortunate. We'll have to wait and see. Just want to give you guys that bit of an update. But anyways, I'm going to get on out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name is Cody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.